They felt slightly inebriated as they walked together.
They felt that happiness, which comes when your throat is dry and you discover to your surprise that you have your mouth open.
They were breathing the air ahead of them, and just to feel that thirst was like water to them.
They walked street after street, conversing and laughing.
And as they conversed and laughed, they were giving weight and substance to the lightheadedness, inebriated by the cheerfulness arose by their thirst.
Because of the traffic and the crowds, they sometimes touched. And on that touch, thirst is grace.
But waters are a marvel of darkness.
On that touch, the splendor of their waters glistened, their mouths becoming even drier as they were looking at each other with devotion.
How devoted they were looking at being together, until everything turned into denial.
Everything turned into denial as they began to crave their own happiness. Then the great dance of errors began.
The ritual of mistaking words. He was looking without seeing.
She had failed to see that he had not seen, although she was there all along, although he was all along there.
Everything went wrong. A thick layer of dust covered the streets. And the more they wondered, the more bitterly they wanted it, the less they smiled.
All this because they had been paying attention. All this because they were no longer sufficiently distracted.
Simply because they had suddenly become demanding and stubborn.
All this simply because they wanted to give this something a name.
Because they wanted to exist, they who already existed. They were then to learn that unless one is distracted, the telephone does not ring.
That it is necessary for you to be out, for that letter to arrive. And when the phone does ring, the wasteland of waiting has already disconnected the wires.
All this
because they were no longer distracted.